just joined us, get you caught up to date on how he got here. Not a lot of run scoring. The Astros had 2 on with no outs in the first inning. Ryan Dempster limited the damage to that sacrifice fly by Carlos Lee. Michael Bourne later with a big catch as Michael Hoffpower was leading off the top of the 7th, but the Cubs would tie it in the 9th. Derek Lee, a 1-out opposite field home run off former Cub Troy Hawkins. And that's where we stand in the bottom of the 11th. 2 scoreless innings from Marmol. Greg trying to do the same. Swing and a miss by Jason Michaels.
Second at bat that we don't have to face Carlos Lee in this spot. Jason Michaels came in as a defensive replacement in that 9th inning.
Paid crowd today, 34,250, the largest of the series. And a few have left with this game going OT. We're seeing a lot more kids at the ballpark around baseball for day games during the week, with school getting out in a lot of places. Bouncer to Miles, 1 out. We're back home tomorrow. Cubs hosting the Minnesota Twins. Kevin Slowey looking for his 9th win. Randy Wells still looking for his 1st. We'll have Saturday's game here on Comcast Sportsnet. Pre-game live at 11:30. Bob and I at noon. Righty Anthony Swarzak against Rich Harden, who will come off the DL. And then Sunday, Scott Baker and Ted Lilly. Inside on Berkman. Off day Monday. White Sox come in. And then the Indians. Paul Konerko out of the White Sox lineup. They just got started. They had some rain on the south side. They lead Detroit 1-0 in the 2nd. Konerko with a right thumb injury. It's an issue he's had for a long time. A loose ligament in his right thumb. Drilled into right. So in these last at-bat situations, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th, the Astros have picked up a base runner with 1 out in every inning.
Once again, we talked about Berkman last time he reached with a base on balls in the 9th inning. Just make him stop over there. You don't have to get overly concerned. You don't have to try to pick him off. Just make him stop. He's not going to go anywhere.
To Jeff Blum, smothered by Soto neatly. Team ERA on this trip coming into action today, 1.60. And it's gone down today, and yet if they don't pull it out, it'll be a 500 trip. That's pretty amazing. You can pitch that well and be in this situation. come, and Miles can't get it. And they have 2 on with 1 out. For another inch or so, and Aaron Miles makes a catch.
Blum measured that one perfectly. Miles listed in the press guide as 5'8". Tried to get up a couple steps to his left, just over his outstretched glove.
So forced now at first, second, or third. Fouled back by Rodriguez. Craig going with the heat. The Astros still have not put a runner at third base since the very first inning. Been a lonely day for Dave Clark in the third base coach's box.
Good spot for that slider after getting ahead in the count with a fastball that was fouled back. Comes with a slider off the plate, low and away. Same thing goes as last at bat against Marmol. If you're going to throw him an off-speed pitch, make sure you keep it out of the strike zone.
Up the middle, Blanco, the flip, Miles, the turn, double play, inning over. 6-4-3. We'll head to the 12th in a 1-1 tie.
Dad deserves a break. This Father's Day, Feltco's offering free installation.
That sounds like a great deal, Dad.
Call 866 for Feltco.
This Father's Day, give Dad something he can open again and again. Feltco is offering free installation. Do a single room or do your entire home. Call for a free estimate and free installation.
Hurry, free installation ends Father's Day.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
What am I going to do now?
This is roadside assist. I see you've been in a crash.
I'm pinned.
I'm sending an ambulance.
Oh no. I need you to do something for me.
Of course.
Can you call Jimmy John's?
Sorry I'm late. I got stuck behind an ambulance.
Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys.
Right now, buying a Toyota makes more sense than ever. You get the quality you can depend on. You can take advantage of unprecedented selection, and now you can get 0% financing on your favorite Toyota models, like the Toyota Camry, the Toyota Corolla, or the Toyota RAV4. And if you're a recent college graduate, now's the time to take advantage of our $1,000 college grad rebate program. Where can you find great cars, great leases, and great deals? Your Toyota dealer.
Rally cap time in the 12th.
No looking at your watch. Stayed this long, you might as well stay till the end.
Big double play to get out of the inning. As you see, the Reds lead in the third inning in Washington.
Cubs only were able to push one run across in the ball game last night, but it was a big one. Giovanni Soto with a tape measure home run to left center field. Good time to do it again.
Fulcino is second inning. Here we go. Low for ball one. He popped it up. Lance Berkman squeezes. Well, the Twins gave up a late lead at Oakland. Joe Creedy had hit a 3-run homer in the 4th. But Adam Kennedy with a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 8th. They scored 3 times in that inning. They're 3-3 in the bottom of the 9th, so they may go extras. Pitch to Blanco outside, 2-0. Big hack by Andres. 2-1. Well, I think everybody's ready to get home. Hopefully get out of here with a 5-3 trip. If you are interested in doing any extra laundry, I could let you borrow some of my clothes. Got a suitcase full of dirty laundry. 11 days on this trip. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, it's time to go. Any more days on the road, we'd have to find a laundromat.
Looks like the weather's going to cooperate. I see high temperatures in the low 70s this weekend, getting up into the mid 70s and then the low 80s the middle of next week.
Crowd here late in the day. Don't miss a foul pop-up in the stands. You get booed.
One in the 12th. The 2-2 count on Blanco. Up and in. It's full.
Fulcino really has only been able to throw his fastball for strikes since coming into this game. He's only thrown a handful of changeups, and to the best of my knowledge, none of them in the strike zone.
Driven the other way. Michael's back. He has it just onto the track. They have obviously the big glass panels here like they do in Milwaukee, but I like how this ballpark is configured in terms of late in the afternoon. The shadows end up being in the outfield, but behind the left fielder and center fielder. Whereas in Milwaukee, you get a lot of shadows right near home plate, and the left fielder almost blinded. Miles grounds to Tejada. A quiet 12th for the Cubs bats. Home half of the 12th. Still 1-1.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
It's on.
It's on. Oh, it's on, all right.
It's on. Totally on.
Jimmy! It's on!
It's on.
Oh, yeah. It's on.
Affirmative. It's on. Southwest Airlines announces new service out of Chicago Midway. Fly to New York LaGuardia starting June 28th or Boston Logan starting August 16th for just $89 one way. Grab your bag. It's on. Book now at southwest.com.
Since 1873, Coors Banquet has been brewed in one place and one place only, Golden, Colorado. It's followed one tradition: use the best high country barley and only Rocky Mountain water. And it's been brewed under one motto: never compromise. Now maybe this means we're a little set in our ways, but we know a few guys who'll drink to that. Coors, the banquet beer.
Did you know the Honda Accord holds its value better than any other car in its class? And the reasons are simple. Its exceptional engineering can help lead to lower maintenance costs, and being a top safety pick can help lower insurance expenses. So what's the bottom line? The Accord costs less over the long term, and that's music to anyone's ears. Go to Edmunds.com for an independent report on the true cost to own an Accord. And then check out the affordable leases and low financing you'll find at your Honda dealer.
Bottom of inning number 12. Changes for the Cubs. Bobby Scales in for Aaron Miles. And if you erase on your defensive alignment, Bob, you can leave the LES. So save you a little time.
Save a little eraser.
And Jose Escanio will do the pitching. And you can't save any letters on that one. No. With Greg.
Well, and that completely exhausts the Cubs bench at this point. Bobby Scales was the last position player available for Lou Piniella off the bench. He made the double switch here. And when you bring Escanio in the ball game, you're probably anticipating multiple innings, 2, maybe 3 or 4 innings if necessary for Escanio. So you want to put his spot in the order as far away from that next inning as you possibly can.
The inning starts with Jeff Keppinger at the plate. He's played a lot of third base this year. At second today. Deep to center. Fukudome catches it, running up Towles Hill. He got it right on the track in front of the hill. I don't know, maybe it's because we've done so many games here, but the crowd here oohing and eyeing with the swing, but I never get too excited on a ball like that. You just,
not
have you seen someone hit it over that wall?
No, not in live game action. I've seen some batting practice home runs barely clear that center field wall, but I've never seen anybody in a game hit one out of here to straightaway center field.
I believe it was Richie Sexson. I don't know if he was probably with the Brewers at the time, hit one off the flagpole in center. The flagpole is in play. So even if you hit that pole above the yellow line, if the ball stays in the field of play, it is not a home run. It's reminiscent of old Tiger Stadium. They had a flagpole in play. Now, I love the hill, but if a center fielder got all the way out to the flagpole and then ran into it and could not make a catch, that would be too bad. You go all that distance, you should be rewarded a little bit. Fulcino batting, and a nice pick on the short hop as Derek takes it by himself.
Pitcher at the plate, you're more likely to get a ground ball to the opposite field. That time Derek Lee played a tough in-between hop but turned it into an easy out at first base.
Escanio pitched in extras his last time out on Sunday. 3 innings, no runs. The 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. And they had to work around some trouble.
I'm going to have to modify my scorecard again. I only have room for 12 innings.
Well, you're getting used to it.
Yep.
Outside, 1-2. Of all the developments on this trip, I think one of the big ones is that this bullpen has come together. And that had been a big issue, big question mark with all the new arms in the pen. Swing and a miss. Ascanio with a 1-2-3, 12th. 13th inning around the corner. Cubs 1, Astros 1.
Are you going to the game or looking for a place to watch it? The Captain Morgan Club on Addison and Sheffield is calling your name. Open year-round with 30 flat-screen TVs and an outdoor patio. Come to the Captain Morgan Club to watch the Cubs and every sporting event. Tickets or no tickets, we're calling all captains.
Through acceleration. This is the Lexus IS line. At your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
I think that possibly, maybe I'm falling for you. Yes, there's a chance that I've fallen quite hard over you. I've seen the waters that make your eyes shine.
More bars in more places. AT&T, the best coverage worldwide. Buy the LG Xenon messaging phone for $99.99 after mail-in rebate and get one free after mail-in rebate.
On Sunday, August 9th, minor league excitement is back in the second annual Road to Wrigley, presented by National City, now part of PNC. Get ready for a day of action featuring the wacky superstars and fan interaction. Kids under 14 will get a chance to run the bases after the game. Tickets starting at just $5. Order today at Cubs.com.
Top 13 in a 1-1 tie. And it'll be the top of the Cubs lineup with Alfonso Soriano. See if he gets a fastball here from Jeff Fulcino.
Nope. Nope, just a get-ahead slider. 84 miles an hour, rolled it up there in the middle of the plate.
They're going in. That's probably, Bob, not a terrible idea to go in every once in a while in extras. Got to keep a guy honest.
If you've got enough confidence that you'll get the pitch in there off the plate.
It into right. Pence will make the catch. Bobby Scales will step in for the first time. Well, the Twins are going to come to Wrigley Field a little angry. They had a 3-0 lead to the bottom of the 8th in Oakland. Lost the lead in the 8th. Lost the game in the 9th. Rajai Davis with the game-winning hit. Scoring Chris DeNorfia. 4-3 A's the final. A couple of names from the past in terms of Cubs opponents. Chris DeNorfia, the former Red. Rajai Davis, former Pirate and Giant. But once they end up over in the American League West, we only see them in spring training and once every 3 years or so. One to Scales, called strike on a fastball, 1-2. Wants it up. That's where it was, and Scales didn't offer at it. Foul tip, strike 3.
and out over the plate. Just a little tardy, fouled it straight back into the mid of Pudge Rodriguez. But the best pitch in the sequence was the called strike 2. He got a fastball from the middle of the plate in a little bit, about middle of the thighs, but apparently was looking for something else, got caught by surprise.
You realize you just had a pretty good rhyme there? Thighs and surprise.
Well,
I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but well done.
Of course it wasn't on purpose.
See, you're so good with the language, you just do it without even trying.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what the Cubs could use today. They could use a little Heine Zimmerman. That's what we need. There may be a few Cub fans out there that remember Heine Zimmerman. Back in 1911, he drove in 9 runs on this date in baseball history. Had 2 home runs, a triple, and 2 singles as the Cubs beat the Braves 20-2. As a team record that Sammy Sosa tied back in 02 with 9 RBI in 1 game. Could have used Heine today.
Kosuke's going to hit a home run now. I think we were just waiting for that on this date.
I'd have given it to you a long time ago if that's all it takes.
Tejada shuffling to his left. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. 3 scoreless racks in all for Fulchino. 1-1.
Try a medium McCafe iced coffee for just $1.89.
I said, how'd you like the show? She said I was very amused. I started throwing bass, she started throwing back mid-range. But when I sprung the question, she acted kind of strange. I called her room, my guy picked up again. I called her in, I said, yo, who was that? Oh, he's just a friend. Don't give me that. Don't even give me that. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just...
Stop by Menards for the perfect Father's Day gift. Any father will appreciate Irwin hand tools. They're great for completing hundreds of easy weekend projects. Choose from handsaws, clamps, and more, all 22% off. Another great gift idea is Shop Vac. This 18-gallon model has a built-in water pump that easily connects to a hose so you can pick up water from one place and pump it to another. Only $99 after rebate. Dedicated to service and quality. Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
You know, without breakfast, there would only be lunch and dinner. Hooray for McDonald's breakfast. For a limited time only, get your hands on a sausage biscuit for only $1.
Still getting a little sun out in left. Last of the 13th. Miguel Tejada reached on an error in the 10th. So 1 for 5 officially as he singled in the first inning. Facing Jose Escaño. Ball 1. The pitch between the legs of Escaño, backhanded by Scales, jump throw, got it. Well, Tejada with a head-first dive earlier. This time he goes feet first, but it didn't matter. Scales threw him out.
Ball was in on his hands just a little bit. Soft bouncer up the middle. What a great play by Bobby Scales. And just in case we haven't told you today or yesterday or in the last week, never a reason to slide into first base unless you're avoiding a tag. It only slows you down. You never see the gold medalist in the Olympics in the 100-yard dash slide feet first across the finish line.
Pence laid off it. 2-0. Boy, this has got to be killing Carlos Lee. He was taken out for defense in the ninth. Jason Michaels has had 2 at-bats since, and Michaels is on deck. Milwaukee, the Rockies did it again. 5-1 the final.
Those Rockies are swinging the bats. They are some kind of hot offensively right now.
Check that 5-4 that was wrong on the board. Milwaukee got 3 in the bottom of the ninth to make it close, but the Rockies were able to hold on. Ball 4. Can you believe, Bob, we're in the 13th inning and the Cubs have only used 4 pitchers today. 7 from the starter. 2 from Marmol, 2 from Greg. Escanio trying to make it 2. The pitch to Michaels is outside. Michaels went to the University of Miami of Florida. He's from Tampa, which happens to be Lou Pinella's hometown. Could play all 3 outfield spots. Former Philly, Indian, and Pirate. Jason Michaels. The 1-0 from Escanio, taken for a strike. 1-1.
Penn 6 out of 10 on the season in stolen base attempts. He's got really, really good speed. He's still learning how to be a good base stealer.
Waves of the slider.
The Cubs thought Pence was going to be on the move over there at first base. A 1-2 count is a good time for a pitch out.
Soto requested time. For a 1-2 runner goes swing and a miss, throw to second is late. So Michaels is out, Pence at second after his 7th stolen base of the year.
Well, Gio really had to wait back. That was a breaking ball down low and away from Michaels. You have no choice as a catcher but to let that ball travel because the batter's going to swing at it. His throw to second is on line but late.
Berkman will not get a chance. They're going to face Blum instead. So Berkman will now have reached 4 straight plate appearances. Blum is 2 for 5. Are in their 16th extra inning on the trip.
Well, Larry Rothschild's going to make a quick trip to the mound to talk to Jose Escanio and Giovanni Soto and make sure they know exactly how they're going to go after Jeff Blum. Base hit that he got to win the ball game last night came on a fastball up and out over the plate, and being the veteran hitter that he is, Blum just went right back with it up the middle of the field. The more time a guy has in the big leagues, the more likely he is to do the right thing in a situation and not try to hit a 3-run home run to win the game in dramatic fashion. Just shoot one down the third base line, try to hit the hole in the left side of the infield, take what the pitcher gives you. We saw Derek Lee do it in the 9th inning. Got a ball up and out over the plate when the Astros were working all the Cubs hitters away, and Derek went out there and drove it to the opposite field for a home run.
You see Pence at the bottom of your screen. He's the key guy. Berkman at first. And the pitch to Jeff Blum. He checked it up in time. Call made by Paul Schreiber at third. 1-1 in the 13th. The Astros haven't scored since the first inning. Cubs got their run in the 9th. It's a foul ball.
Two good changeups back-to-back from Escanio. The first one very nearly got a check swing from Blum. That one he just tapped off the end of the bat foul down the third baseline. I would definitely say in this at bat, if you're going to show him a fastball, at least stay on the edges of the strike zone, maybe out of the strike zone. He's shown the susceptibility to changeups on the first 2 pitches. Should be another changeup here.
Pulled fair, and Blum does it again as Pence scores, and the Astros take the series 2 out of 3. A 2-1 final in 13 innings. So for the second straight game, they walk Berkman to get to Blum, and Jeff Blum, who was yawning in the first inning, being mobbed by his teammates after a big hit. Only hit of that inning. An unintentional walk, an intentional walk, and then the game-winning hit.
Back-to-back changeups from Escanio. All 3 good pitches down below the knees, but on the last one, Blum saw it coming out of his hand, waited back just long enough to keep it fair down that first baseline.
So Blum, our Lexus pursuing perfection player of the game. So that'll do it for our game coverage as the Cubs finish up this trip 4-4. 5 games go to extras, 6 decided by just 1 run. Stay tuned for post-game live. Once again, the final score in 13 innings. The Astros 2, the Cubs 1. Our next Cubs telecast on Comcast Sportsnet will be Saturday, 11:30 pregame live. Bob and I take over at noon. Anthony Swarzak and Rich Harden on the mound. In-game scoring provided by ScorePad. And now for Bob and our entire crew, this is Len Casper. Now to Todd and Gail in our studios.
Here in the Comcast Sportsnet studios, Todd Hollinsworth will join me for Lowe's Cubs postgame live. We'll recap today's series finale and look ahead to the start of interleague play for the Cubs as they get ready to host the Twins tomorrow at Wrigley. That comes your way right after the short timeout.
Give your bathroom a new look with help from Menards. Mansfield toilets are preferred by professionals and affordable to you. The Alto with round bowl features a non-sweat liner, $89. The high-performance Summit model features the MagnaFlush system, just $99. Complete that new look with a new Pace vanity. The 24-inch King James vanity has a deep oak finish, only $99. The 24-inch Meadowood vanity has a natural maple finish and is $159.
Save big money at Menards.
The Chicago Cubs strongly encourage the use of public transportation. The CTA offers a variety of options, including the Red Line, which stops right at Wrigley Field at the Edison Station. If you must drive, try the remote parking operation at DeVry University, located near the Edison and Rockwell intersection. The remote lot offers parking and an express bus for just $6. For more details, call the CTA hotline at 773-836-7000 or visit Cubs.com.
Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys.
2 beers. You got it. Are you insured? Do you know when your beer is perfectly cold? Or do you risk drinking a warm one? If you have the new Coors Light Cold Activated can, you're covered, because now every can turns blue when your beer is as cold as the Rockies. It's cold insurance. Only from Coors Light. Cold beer? That's our policy.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Menards. At Menards, you'll find big lumber yards, big selection, and big savings. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Midas, we're on this road together. Go to MidasChicago.com for valuable savings. Aflac, we've got you under our wing. And by Toyota. See your Toyota dealer now to start saving now. This is Lowe's Cubs postgame live.
Pulled fair, and Blum does it again as Pence scores, and the Astros take the series 2 out of 3.
Deja vu. Didn't we see this last night? Jeff Blum with the game-winning hit in a 2-1 ball game as the Astros beat the Cubs for the second straight day, and they win this series. Hello and welcome to Lowe's Cubs postgame live. Gail Fisher alongside Todd Hollinsworth. Well, I guess as you mentioned, Todd, the Cubs can stop pitching around Lance Berkman to get to Blum because Blum has killed them in this series. He got the game winner last night. He gets it again tonight.
Throw the numbers out. I think he's proven himself. I think this is one of those times where when Houston comes to town, you are not going to see Jeff Blum with the game on the line at Wrigley Field. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Veteran hitter right there in that situation, able to get ahead of him with 2 changeups. You'd think, you know, maybe we fastball away, but went with the changeup again. It's just got to be a better changeup. It was a changeup that was out. It was obviously a pitch he could get to with the 0-2 count right there. You've got to make a little bit better pitch there. At the same time, you're repeating it, showing him the third pitch. He never did see a fastball on that at bat, and this is a veteran hitter. He knows that you made him look silly the first 2 times on the first 2 pitches. I think right there he had probably a pretty good idea that he might get another changeup.
13 innings. He actually had a chance to win it for the Astros earlier in the extra session, as we say. He is our Feltco star of the game as Jeff Blum finally comes through in the 13th. Once again, the Cubs intentionally walk Lance Berkman to get to Blum. There were 2 on, and it's Ascanio who gives up that game-winning hit.
Well, I mean, this game, boy, the Feltco star of the game switched about 2 or 3 different times, but you get the game-winning hit 2 nights in a row, you get to be the star of the game. So, boy, that Cubs offense, they just got to find a way to get something going here, and it's hopefully some home cooking coming up for them.
Yeah, the only offense the Cubs could muster in this game was a home run from Derek Lee. He has a 10-game hit streak going right now, so Lee is starting to swing the bat very well. Couldn't come through with any game-winning heroics, but he did tie it up in the 9th.
Well, Derek's looked great. He's looked great for a while now, and that was a great at-bat right there. You look at Derek right now. He is so much more under control. You look at his swing. You look at how he's using the field and moving the ball around the yard. People, if you have questions about how much power this man's got, I mean, this is a 2-strike at-bat right here, and he's hitting a home run to right field. I mean, he's got some power, and I think you're going to see it. It's just not all at, the 46, I think. He may not get back to that, but I think Derek's going to be a 20, 30 home run. I think he's definitely going to get there somewhere between 20 and 30 this year, and I think his numbers are only going to rise because he is filled with confidence right now, and he's having good at-bats day in and day out. We talked about in the pregame show, hey, would this be a day you give Derek Lee, give him a day off because of the poor numbers against Russ Ortiz? He comes up with a walk. I mean, he's got some good at-bats there. He did not come through in I think it was the 6th inning. Yeah. But at the same time, he hit that ball hard. I mean, he's having good at-bats, and that's what people in Chicago should be excited about because there's not a whole lot of offense to go around right now. Yeah,
you have to ride that wave with Derek Lee. It's a shame they get the loss and another wasted pitching performance. This time it was Ryan Dempster. You have to be almost perfect, I guess. Near perfect doesn't seem to do it, and Dem pitched near perfect
no-hitter,
7
perfect
innings.
Game,
yeah, only giving up the 1 earned run.
I mean, you know what? I mean, you felt like, this was a really good opportunity for the Cubs today. I mean, it was a getaway day. It was a game in which they're going home. Those are sometimes the hardest games to play. Guys are looking forward to seeing their families, and they're playing after a night game last night, and, they just did not come out and swing the bats today. On the other hand, Ryan Dempster did everything he could to keep his team in the ballgame, gave up the early run in the 1st, and then it was just completely shutting them down. We talked about in the pregame show, he kept them off balance. He put guys away high. He put guys away with fastballs away and sliders low and away. He was right around the plate, kept the ball in the big part of the field all day long, and he was honestly fantastic. It's good he didn't get the loss. I mean, you don't want anybody to get the loss, but when these guys are pitching so well, they just, you feel like they deserve the wins, and right now they're just not getting them. The starting rotation is the best in baseball right now. And the Cubs only used 4 pitchers in 13 innings, so that tells you that not only was the starting pitching good, but the bullpen was good. And on the other side, they couldn't take advantage of the Houston Astros. Russ Ortiz only lasts 5 1/3. The Astros have to dip into their pitching well a little bit deeper. They used 6 pitchers here, but you had your opportunities against Ortiz. You had your opportunities in the 2nd and the 6th inning, and again, we were talking about this, runners in scoring position, and the Cubs just did not get it done. They had opportunities. Now, not a lot of them, but they had the opportunities where just a ball in play. There was that one inning, it was the 6th, where they got the 2 strikeouts. A slow roller, a fly ball, a sac fly. I mean, Houston's only run came on a sacrifice fly, and I mean, you've got to find ways when you're not scoring any runs to score some runs, and the Cubs just aren't doing that right now. I mean, the one run in this game is the solo homer from Derek Lee, and then there's just nothing else. No other opportunities. What opportunities they had, they're not capitalizing on. Still a successful road trip for the Cubs. We'll talk more about this tough loss in Houston, and we'll look ahead to their 9-game homestand. But we have to hit our first break, so let's check out our Cubs opinion poll question as we take you away. Who is the Cubs' top candidate for the All-Star team? Your choices are Kosuke Fukudome, Ted Lilly, Ryan Theriot. How about Randy Wells? This poor guy is pitching well but can't get a W, so you might as well give him something. Log on to CSNChicago.com, then visit the Cubs team page to cast your vote. We'll have the results later on Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live.
When breaking news happens, the Comcast Sportsnet news team has it covered.
Breaking news out of Hallis Hall this afternoon. The Bears have acquired quarterback Jay Cutler in a deal with the Denver Broncos.
Congratulations to Derrick Rose, today named the NBA Rookie of the Year.
I consider myself,
most blessed man on the face of the earth today.
Get all your Chicago sports news when it happens on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Yeah, you know the spot.
Right away, sir.
Welcome to Giordano's. Your table's ready.
Thank you.
How's everything?
Fantastic.
What's your secret?
It's the fresh ingredients, and it's been so for the last 30 years.
We made it good. You made it famous.
How'd you get her to agree to this?
Simple. I told her about the Luna Double. I went to luna.com/Cubs and saved double.
It's like found money.
773-202 Luna.
This quote of the week is brought to you by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich, in business for over 30 years. For an insurance quote for auto, home, life, or business, please call Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich at 847-825-4783.
Get close.
I just heard about the MediaCom challenge. Does your phone company have call waiting? Yes. Three-way calling? Yes. Caller ID? Yes. At no extra charge? No. What about unlimited long-distance calling at no extra charge?
Actually, that would be about $55 per month.
But with MediaCom, it's less than $1 a day.
Well, sir, we're not MediaCom.
Exactly.
Enjoy unlimited nationwide calling for as low as $29.95 a month. Call 1-800-CABLE-TV.
You know how your engine feels. And when it's running clean, you feel it. Which is why Pennzoil Motor Oil doesn't just help prevent sludge. Pennzoil actively cleans out sludge, up to 15% the first time you use it. So make your next oil change a Pennzoil change and feel the clean. Not just oil, Pennzoil. Come in now and save up to $30. Visit Pennzoil.com for participating oil change locations.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you, and that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
Call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
Welcome back to Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. Gail Fisher alongside Todd Hollinsworth. We've talked about the luxury that the Cubs have right now of outstanding starting pitching, and it's all going by the wayside. Take a look at these numbers. It's going to make you want to just,
I mean, you don't want to say
bang your head against the wall.
Alarming is not always the right word. I've learned that, but I will say this. I mean, to see that the quality that they've been getting each day. I mean, you're not wearing out your bullpen. You're getting quality starts. I mean, you've got a rookie in there. I mean, these guys have just been honestly getting it done day after day after day after day. And unfortunately, they're just not scoring enough runs. Enough runs to get wins. But at the same time, again, this Cubs team is still in it. We've talked about it a lot. To keeping their heads above water, and there's the reason. You see it right there up on the board with these quality starts, and you're finding out right now that this Cubs team is certainly centered around its pitching, and the pitching has been fantastic this year. The bullpen is settling down. You're watching just great performances down there. Guys are stepping up. Rookies are starting to play more like veterans, and you're seeing a solid bullpen. So if this Cubs team could just get the offense rolling just a little bit more, get some consistency going with putting some hits together, and maybe get Derek Lee to rub off on some shoulders there, they can get a few more wins.
All quality starts, but 6 no decisions. Demp got one today. 4 of those going to poor Randy Wells, who can't seem to get his first major league win. Let's take a look at the Cubs lineup from today. You're not going to see much on this box score. We've talked about Derek Lee with that home run. The only offense really going. Mike Fontenot still swinging the bat well, but we're looking at a lot of offers here and a lot of strikeouts.
Well, again, the big problem, we talked about the 2nd and the 6th inning. I mean, when they are stringing hits together and getting guys on base, the problem that they're having is they're not getting them in. It was one of the keys to the game. The reason being, you just had that feeling that Russ Ortiz was going to put guys on base. His history shows you that. His statistics show you that, and you saw it today. I mean, it wasn't a lot of it, but there was 2 really good opportunities with runners on base to get something done, and they just weren't even able to put the ball in play really until 2 outs, and then they ultimately made the 3rd out without scoring any runs. So I mean, outside of Derek Lee's home run, they just weren't able to put anything together, and you're not going to win ball games unless you score some runs.
As you mentioned, we changed our Felco star of the game several times. First, it was going to be Michael Bourne because he scored the Astros' first run of the game, and he came up with this fantastic catch.
Well, if this
is
is not the web jam of the year in center field, I will absolutely be surprised. The concentration and the focus, Michael Bourne, you have to give him so much credit. I mean, this is his home park too, as well. And understanding it, you know, having played center field there myself, I mean, you do not want to go up that hill backwards, and he did, and he fell down, and he still caught the baseball, and that's just I mean, that just tells you how focused he is. If you watch his head and you watch his eyes right there, that is just a fantastic catch. He never gave up on it. He never gave up on the ball, and that could have been, again, a big play, because that's a triple. And well, I'm not going to say that the Cubs necessarily would have scored him from third, but I will say this: it would have put a runner in scoring position. He may have been the tying run, but we'll never know.
You know, it reminded us of the Jim Edmonds catch in Houston from last year. We were just comparing the two of those. So this was a good catch, if you remember this one, Todd. Well, same type of thing. You got to contend with that hill.
Watch Jim's approach, though. I mean, it's you know, he's got. I mean, it was a fantastic catch, but you know, even though he's running backwards and looking over his shoulder, he is still running forward. So he's got a good idea when he is going to hit that hill. If you watch Michael, he kind of commits to backpedaling about 2 steps short of that hill right there, and that's what essentially cost him. That's why he fell down, is because that hill snuck up on him. Jim saw it coming. So I have to give the credit to Michael, I think, today.
There's no offense going on, so we have to reminisce about great catches on the hill. All right, still to come on the show, we'll have the results of today's poll question, and we'll preview tomorrow's matchup against the Minnesota Twins at Wrigley Field.
And now we're back in the living room. And now, bedroom. Wow. And...
get a great looking lawn like this, but trying to grow grass from seed in tough areas like deep shade, along the driveway, and where the kids play can be a little intimidating. Until now, introducing Scott's Easy Seed. It's so revolutionary, it's guaranteed to grow grass anywhere. That's because Easy Seed is a high-performance mix of Scott's Best grass seed, starter fertilizer, and a super absorbent growing material that absorbs water and expands to surround and protect the seeds. So you can grow thick, beautiful grass in even the toughest areas. The Scott's Easy Seed mix even lightens in color to tell you when it's time to water. It's so foolproof, you'll get a thick, green Scott's lawn, even if you've never been successful with other seed before. The revolutionary new Scott's Easy Seed. Now you're guaranteed to be able to grow grass anywhere. Go online or call the number on the screen to get a coupon for $5 off the purchase of Scott's Easy Seed.
Thanks. All right, no problem.
See all the ways we're here to help at harrisbankhelps.com.
Dad deserves a break. This Father's Day, Felco's offering free installation.
That sounds like a great deal, Dad.
Call 866 for Felco.
This Father's Day, give Dad something he can open again and again. Feltco is offering free installation. Do a single room or do your entire home. Call for a free estimate and free installation.
Hurry, free installation ends Father's Day.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
Welcome back. In our Cubs poll question of the day, we asked who is the Cubs' top candidate for the All-Star team. They had 8 All-Stars last year. They'll probably just get the one. And most of you say Ted Lilly. He will probably be the Cubs' lone candidate. We had to come up with who else could be considered. Of course, we threw Randy Wells in there just because the poor kid can't get any respects and any wins.
Well, there's definitely some reason for that, but I think the fans are right today. Ted has been the anchor to really some great starting pitching. The Cubs leading Major League Baseball in quality starts, and he's been anchoring that. He's been the most consistent from start to finish, or I should say from starting to this point of the season, and he's really off to a great start this year. Again, all of these guys should have more wins than they do.
The Cubs return home for a 9-game homestand at Wrigley, all interleague games. First up, the Minnesota Twins. As we check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow, it will be the kid, Randy Wells, taking the mound for the Cubs. He'll be opposed by Minnesota's Kevin Slowey, excuse me. Wells has been better than Lou Piniella, and maybe even the fans could have predicted. He just has to get that win.
Well, he has not gotten that win. He's certainly pitched well enough to get that win, but I think tomorrow's he's got some good things going for him. I think the Minnesota lineup, again, they're kind of centered around 2 really strong players in Maurer and Morneau. I know Joe Cree's over there right now, but again, they put their offense together very similarly. They've got small pieces around 3 big ones there in the middle of their lineup, and that's how they function. So I think this is going to be a good opportunity for him. They haven't seen him before. He's definitely got that working for him right now, and he's going to continue to have that working for him. So he's going to capitalize, go out and throw strikes, and they'll get this thing done.
Should be interesting. The Cubs aren't too familiar with the Twins. Should be a good series before that big crosstown rivalry next Tuesday. For Todd Hollinsworth, I'm Gail Fisher. Chicago Tribune Live is coming up next with David Kaplan. Stay with us.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented to you by Lowe's. This season, spring starts at Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Where's that former American League home run champ?
Everything's good.
You didn't have to face me.
Stacy and I thought it was Lou All's best game of the year.
You see Shane go in and score last night? He turnstile that guy.
I'm a basketball guy.
Comcast Sportsnet's all-star lineup.
Went crazy.
Now that's supposed to be down here, please.
And that's how the batting game got started.
Fans just like you.
A deep dish, big boy. Want some water?
Find all the greats on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Every 5 minutes, Chase pays for someone's eligible debit card purchase. Chase picks up the tab. It could be you. Chase picks up the tab. It's another great reason to bank with Chase. Making your day matters. Chase what matters. Sign up at a branch today.
Don't miss out on anything happening with your team. Visit csnchicago.com for the biggest and best selection of videos, full-length press conferences, locker room reaction, and insider access you won't get anywhere else. csnchicago.com, your hub for complete access to your favorite Chicago sports team. Chicago Tribune Live, weeknights at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Follow Tiger's quest to win back-to-back at Bethpage Black during U.S. Open Week on Golf Channel. When the Open returns to New York, live from the U.S. Open on Golf Channel will be your week-long all-access pass to Tiger's title defense at Bethpage.
Shabana Creek RV, behind you on the road and ahead of the competition, just off I-80 in Atkinson, Illinois.
Racing, sure it's rough, and there's times it can be ugly. But anyone tells you racing ain't pretty, well, they sure ain't watching the same racing.
NASCAR is brought to you locally by Collision Repair Center. Good guys to meet by accident.
If you're watching me on Mediacom Family Cable, great. But you should know, Mediacom's a lot more fun.
With HBO and the digital 2-star pack. Just $18.95 a month for a year.
Get free HD channels included. Up to 15 Stars and Encore premium movie channels with instant access to shows and movies with on-demand.
Join the fun. Add Mediacom's digital 2-star pack with HBO for just $18.95 a month for a year. Call 1-800-CABLE-TV.
Offense for the victory. Today, Ryan Dempster looked to right the ship in Houston. Could the Northsiders give him enough offensive support?
He gone. Change up. 1-2-3 inning.
Last night, John Danks pitched well, but the offense non-existent. The Sox dropped yet another game to the Tigers. If that's not enough bad news, the injury bug continues to hit the club. We've got the latest news from the South Side. Plus, we get you all set for Game 4 of the NEBA Finals. And while one former Bears quarterback leaves town for good, we ask the question of whether or not the Bears need a veteran backup for Jay Cutler. All that and more starts right now on Chicago Tribune Live. Good afternoon. Welcome to this Thursday edition of Chicago Tribune Live. Great to be with you.